Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you a really cool team you can use for this raid boss event and Underspire. Going to give a mythic option at the same time if you have the troop, but we'll start off with the non-mythic team. Now, really important in raid boss, you must use the event captain for this. This one is a Barrow Lord, so make sure you grab it from the shop. It has ×2 magic and ×2 score, so really important that you use that troop in your team, and you get it from the shop. There it is. You can get it at tier 2, 1 Barrow Lord guarantee. So you grab tier 1 first of all. You'd want to do this anyway because you get the Potion of Enchantment, which is really useful for these kind of events, and you get more sigils. At tier 2 you pick up Barrow Lord himself. This is the Godslayer. At the same time does damage to the enemy. If they're a boss, deal 3 to 5 times damage based on my ascensions and gains a barrier, which is pretty cool, that barrier part. The traits immune to poison, disease, lycanthropy and deathmark is cool. Reduce damage from skulls by 25%, not bad. And of course, Godslayer, deal 3 to 5 times skull damage versus bosses based on my ascensions, but you must have it in there for that ×2 magic and score. So it has to go in the team no matter what. If you want to get that to mythic level, there's 2 ways to do it. Either buy it from tier 2, then go back to the beginning and ascend it to mythic level using 2 of your ascension orbs. Or you can just keep on buying more tiers until you've got enough. You probably want to buy tier 3 anyway, because it's a nice way to get a new weapon. Bone Cutter explodes magic +1 blue gems, grants a random status effect to all Qatar allies, then summons a Qatar troop. This is available in the Soul Forge as well, but much better to get it from here because diamonds are much harder to get than gems, and you get the benefit of getting more raid boss sigils, more kingdom troops, more trait stones, and the potion of rejuvenation at the same time. Right, onto the team. I'm going to go for Chief Dargon, Tomb Lord's Crook, Keeper of Souls, and Barrow Lord in Necromancer class. Some really nice advantages to this. In fact, we gain advantages to every single of the champion talents in Necromancer in this team, which is really nice. Chief Dargon is up top because in this team there is no way of getting entangle on the enemy. You can't get tangling via any available weapon due to restrictions, and none of the troops we're allowed to use in this have tangling either. You can obviously get it by using a class that's got it, like Archer class or something like that, but it's only going to entangle the first troop, and as soon as they're dead it becomes useless. So we have to think about this in a different way, because the thing is with these teams is they're kind of based on skulls, again kind of forced on us by the Qatar restriction, but we can be actually quite safe with Chief Dargon up top, or at least safer, with an option down below with a summon as well in case things go wrong. But anyway, it gives magic based attack to itself and all allies below, then explodes a row. So it gives itself a bunch of attack and to all allies as well, and also generates some mana. Reduce skulls damage by 50% with stone skin is really useful with this up top, just in case we leave some skulls for the enemy. And inflict bleed on a random enemy on red gem matches is kind of useful at the same time. Sometimes you might just finish off an enemy that was on low health due to that. The Tomb Lord's Crook, really useful for this. Exploding magic +1 purple gems, grant a random status effect to all Qatar allies, which is the entire team, then summon a Qatar troop. Really cool this, because basically that is going to generate a load of mana for the team, give status effects for the whole team, and in case things go wrong we can bring in a summon if we lose our Chief Dargon at the same time. And if you've cast that a couple of times, obviously we get that nice attack bonus to the rest of the team anyway, so very useful for that. Keeper of Souls is here because it's going to transform all gems of a chosen colour to skulls. Now when we got this mad attack going on with this, that is going to be really useful. Most of the time you can generate an extra turn with that and just generate skull hit after skull hit, wiping through the enemy really quickly. And of course we can use a Barrow Lord, dealing damage to an enemy, and if they're a boss, getting that extra damage and gaining a barrier. So we'll use that to take out the boss. And the Godslayer, not really going to use that because we don't need this up the top. Now regarding the mythic option on this, if you have Wrath Amon, that is a really nice choice to pop into place of Keeper of Souls, because that could just get us things done like really quickly, quite possibly. Creates a mix of 24 purple gems and skulls, gains 20 souls and cleanses all allies. The really cool thing about this kind of troop is it generates that amount of purple and skulls regardless of your level in the game. If it does go wrong, you may actually give the enemy several skull hits. At least Keeper of Souls is kind of controlled in a way. You can see right off the bat if that's going to make 4 matches or not. So let's dive into a game or two. Let's show the banner and stuff first. I'm still going for the maze banner, where we use red for our Chief Dargon and green for the weapon. Yeah, I know we use purple for Keeper of Souls and Barrow Lord, but Barrow Lord and Keeper of Souls will get charged up anyway because of the way the weapon works. And you can't turn down that +5 altogether to red and green. +3 red, +2 green. Really, really cool. Just to show Necromancer quick why this is so cool for this. All undead gain 2 life. Gain 1 magic for each purple ally. In Soul, gain an extra soul and 4 or 5 gem matches. Kind of handy if you're a newer player. They all add up. But the talent trees, we make use of pretty much everything here. All purple allies gain 2 life. Chill of Death, when an enemy dies, frees another random enemy. Anti-magic sphere, reduce damage from spells by 20%. Mana Source, start battles with 50% mana. Stealthy, cannot be targeted by spells. That's important for this kind of troop because we are the one that has a summon as well, of course. You always want to be able to bring back another troop if you can. Swift Curse, death mark a random enemy at the start of battle. They can just die. And Rising Shadows, 7% chance to assassinate the last enemy when another enemy dies. So that can happen when you just kill people with those high damage skull hits. And it can activate when Swift Curse comes in as well. So if you're lucky, you can get some really quick games with this. So let's dive into a battle. See what happens. Well, yeah. Okay, that was right, wasn't it? So, so we don't need to do that right now, so we'll just collect that. Have we got any 4 matches on skulls? Yes, we got this here, look. We'll do that. Skulls, extra turn, and dead. Didn't really have to do very much at all to win that game. And on to the next. Battle Raven, make sure you take that thing out as quickly as possible. Let's grab some green for our Tomb Lord's Crook. Can just go for it straight away, but I like to cast it, generate the mana, get the random skulls, and this is going to be pretty quick on those early stages. And then obviously when you need Chief Dargon's extra attack, that's when you start casting Chief Dargon. Still good to go 3 times Nice Shot on this. Even though we are a skull-based team, the Nices boost up how much attack Chief Dargon gives to itself, and it also increases the attack of your Barrow Lord, which is important. Have we got 4 matches? We've got yellow all over the place. There's 1 Kabosh. And there's another one. Oh, we got a fluky extra turn. That was handy. Can we turn this into a double hit? Well, we can do that, see what happens. And voila! Jump forward to when Frozen Janet starts appearing. Playing her invisible violin. Anyway, the weapon's up straight away. We've already had a skull hit death. As soon as you cast that, we get the Skull Storm start. We can go Keeper of Souls now. Anything that makes a 4 match, we can cast that, get a load of skulls. Do it on blue. I knew there was something there somewhere. And that will do. Move forward a bit more to when I need to actually cast Chief Dargon now to make sure we kill off the enemy in a single skull hit. When you get to the stage where your attack isn't enough to wipe out the enemy in a single go, really worth getting Chief Dargon cast to wipe through the enemy nice and quick. But you can't say no to them sort of hits when they're just there like that. Right, let's cast this and get Dargon up. Oh, can't say no to that. Let's grab ourselves some extra attack. Look out for our Keeper of Souls. This is lovely on blue. Got a nice hit there. Can we turn 2 into 1 anywhere? I'm not going to look too much. Let's do it that way. Or you could cast your Godslayer, whatever you please. Just nice to do it with skulls. Right, next one. Playing that imaginary invisible violin. Just a song of pain. And mouldy Frozen Janet. Keeper of Souls is already up, but let's get our boost first. I'm doing 141 attack. Now what can we do? Green again. Keeper of Souls. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Yeah, lovely stuff. One for you. Can we get a double hit anywhere? Not seeing one. Our Chief Targon can withstand the attack easily with its 50% skull damage reduction and finish off Mouldy Janet. Mouldy Frozen Janet even. It's a Godslayer. Right, let's make this the last one, then I'll show the Underspire team. Valraven to take care of. Let's get that attack nice and early. There we go. Keep our soldiers up. Getting all these skulls because of the way the weapon generates the skull storm. But we must get a match here. Yep. 4 match there on yellow. They're gone. And so is Mouldy Frozen Janet. Well, there's that team. Let's move on to the Underspire team. Right, just a quick bit about the Underspire because it is very, very similar to the way that previous team works. You can run it in pretty much exactly the same way, apart from rather than having the Godslayer, you can put in a skeleton instead. Really good. Creates 7 skulls, gains magic plus 2 armor, gains an extra turn. So basically when you cast your Keeper of Souls, you get an extra turn. Even if there aren't any skull matches there afterwards or extra turns, you can actually cast Skeleton who creates skulls. You're bound to get some more, and if you don't, you got an extra turn where you can make some. It's going to work very, very similar. And again, same option, you can swap out a Skeleton for Wrath Amon if you have that troop and prefer that. But let's just see how this goes. Of course, you don't get the Potion of Enchantment, so it's going to be a bit of a slower going game at the start. You'll certainly have a little bit of that though, but let's try and get our weapon up. Not getting any... Oh, we have got some green. It's me not looking properly. Right, let's get this cast. Well, because of the Skull Storm, we're just ripping through the enemy anyway, but that'll work really good. And the cool thing about that team is, as the Underspire gets more difficult, similar to Raid Boss, you just cast your Chief Dargon to get that attack up and absolutely wreck through the enemy as hard and fast as you can. Alright, let us get some green for the weapon. Got a little bit of blue at the top. Happy days. Let's get that Bone Storm going. Really helps Keeper of Souls. Have we got any 4 matches? Red says no. Yellow says no over there. Oh, we got red. Look. Lovely jubbly. Bish bash bosh. There it is, nice, straightforward, easy teams to use today. Lots of skull bashage tomfoolery. If you enjoyed the video, found it useful and helpful, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.